All right, we're live on Main Street in Trinidad, America, Trinidad, Colorado, with live on Triggers TV. Bobby, we have four special guests.
Yes, we do.
The Pecos League Blues, their umpires. Let's introduce yourself, Steve.
Steve Bartlestein from Portland, Oregon.
Dave Cariasis from Chico, California.
Charlie Bird, Plano, Texas.
Drew Boatman, Garland, Texas.
All right, well, we got the Blues. Well, Dave and Steve, you've been here most of the season for us, and it's been phenomenal. Y'all are so fun, and we do have some stories. You punked Bobby the other night, Steve, which I thought was perfect. But tell us about where you're from, how you got into this organization.
Well, first of all, I think I speak for Dave, too. You guys have made us feel so welcome here. Everybody who was with the organization, even the players and the coaches, everybody, we feel very welcome.
That's great.
I came here. This is kind of like my second lease on life. I used to do what you're doing, and been battling cancer the last couple of years on the good side of it now, and this is where I want to spend the second half of my life.
Fantastic, fantastic, and you're a great umpire.
Thank you.
Of course, we're always waiting on Social Steve to get to the game. And so having said that, Dave, Dave, where are you from? And tell us about yourself.
I'm from Northern California, originally Sacramento, but Chico now is where I reside, and got into it. We all went to school this year together in Florida and at the Wendelstedt Umpire School.
Oh, Harry Wendelstedt Umpire School.
And we all graduated, with some of us with flying colors, and some of us are here now.
Late to the graduation, I bet.
Did you make the class? Did you make the class? You know, you're late every day.
There was a lot of personalities there, and throughout the times we had a great time there, and we actually all went to camp together and got this job from going to the pro umpire camp in Louisiana.
I tell you what, you two have been great.
Oh,
y'all
phenomenal.
speak to each other, and you know, and for the announcer, it's very good that y'all do that stuff. Because
you guys help me out big time. You guys do.
Scoreboard person is not quite onto it. Charlie, tell us about yourself.
I'm originally from Plano, Texas, and I worked in engineering doing soil testing, and that was not fun. So.
And umpiring from engineering is very equatable.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
You know, that's right.
People argue with you about your test results.
I was about to say, if you want to argue about numbers, argue with an engineer.
It's prepared me well, and after I got out of Harry's, I've been umpiring in the Houston area, doing high school ball, and then I went to the pro camp and got hired in the Pecos League.
Right on, right on. Drew?
Originally from Garland, Texas. Been there all my life. Calling ball for years. Went to school with these three knuckleheads. Had a great time.
Knucklehead's best word. It's perfect.
Right.
I didn't go to the camp they went to. I went to a different camp after that, trying to get into a different league. Wound up not getting a job there on the reserve list. Charlie called me one Friday, told me there might be an opening. Got a call on a Friday night, was in Roswell 2 days later.
Right on.
They missed out.
They missed out.
We got you.
So we got you here, and we're going to interview a couple of players here, and I believe these are the only two ejections that you have had. So we've had quite a good pregame
Ejection, folks.
thing.
We get the two here today, which is ironic.
Well, I have to tell this punk. Steve is very good. He used to be in the TV business back in New York, and you punked Bobby. Phenomenal the other night. So these four umpires, we're playing Roswell, which was a great game. We
First place.
Yeah, we won it in the bottom 11th inning. It was a great game. We had four umpires. But before the game, Steve, tell us what you told Bobby.
Well, he had a friend who was at the game, so I said that this would be the supervisor of West Coast officials. So he
not just said it, he wrote it down. It was legit. And you're in the announcer's booth. You got to remember, folks, is if an umpire comes up to you, he doesn't just call the game. You think he's not going to be punking you. So I got put on a string a little bit, and then to make it more important, folks, what I did was I made it known to the team and to the audience probably 10 times because you got to back up your people, and to find out it was all a hoax. So the punk was on me, the joke was on me, so that's what happened, folks.
And Michelle Gross got her name called about 80 times during the game. Which is actually Dave's significant other.
Well, the director of baseball came up to me and said, hey, she goes, you know what, I was sitting down there talking to her, and she says she has no idea what you're talking about. About that time I got the clue what was going on. So at that point, little dunce hat came on my head, and I said, here we go, hey, you got one on me. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
And then now you two, Charlie and Drew, are going to replace these two because you two are swapping. You're going down to Roswell.
Yeah, we're going to Charlotte.
And y'all are coming up for a while. So how's it been like down in Roswell?
Hot.
You've had a few ejections down there.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do that up here because, we're nice people. We just play good, hard baseball. and
You know,
we win.
I got a couple questions. You know, I'm not behind the plate. You know, we're up there in the announcer's booth, so you know we can't really hear what's going on, but facial expressions tell the world. You know, so we get to see what you guys. You know, there's exchanges going on there. I just want to know, is being an umpire behind the plate, or if you're playing first base, if you're out in the field, what is the difference between you guys behind the plate?
Well, out in the field, you really have a chance to relax at times, although you can't take any pitches off. Behind the plate, you have some alone time out in the field. Behind the plate, you got catchers, you got hitters.
What's some of the stuff you hear behind the plate?
Mate, you're too good for that. You're too good for that, mate.
Mike, you can't be squeezing. You're doing good all the game, Mike. You can't be squeezing them now.
Yeah. So you know, we sit up there. You know, it's bizarre for us. You know, we had different experiences with umpires last year, but this year, you know, we had a connection with these guys. They did a great job. You know.
Well, you had a connection. I don't want to talk about that. I hear you had a real connection with Steve, but we don't go there.
But
Oh no, we're going.
what I do know is this. I know this. Our experience, you know, last year, and we had problems with umpires. You know, you got to remember. I'm not an umpire, but I know that you guys are the ones that got to make the calls that people might get pissed off about. There's also calls that you're gonna have to argue with, you know, and you guys got to keep your cool out there, and I understand that, but I just know that you got to be hearing stuff down there that we're not hearing. You know, I hear the mate thing and I hear all that, but you know, I just really appreciate what you guys do at the game, because you know we're up there uncensored. We don't have everyone looking at us, but you guys, you know, this year did a phenomenal job for us. You know, I know it's hard for you guys. You know, I wouldn't want to take the crap that people are giving me, and as far as ejection goes, I know that, you know, if I was an umpire, I'd throw everybody out. Now, here's the deal. You know, you look at me wrong, you're gone. You know what I mean? So I look at it that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'd probably make it 6 months, or if that, maybe a month. But the problem is, you know, your guys' job's tough. It is tough as a blue.
Well, you're leading the league in ejections. So
Let's hear from you. You got the ejection king here.
All
folks.
right, and coming to Trinidad, America. I love it.
Well, I think the managers have kind of realized I kind of have a short fuse with them.
Do you have kids?
And no, I don't.
Well,
Okay, I
there
was
you
gonna
go.
call it on the kids. You know, okay, that's all right.
I don't, but they like to push my buttons, and you know, I just don't take it. I mean, they test me and see what, you know, I let them get away with, and
we've got an advantage over these guys because we are a little older, and we
Yeah,
Yeah, a little.
I'm a lot older.
A lot older. A lot older and forgets his cup, folks. Let me explain something to you.
Okay.
I'm going to bring this up because I know you're going to
I knew
listen.
this was
Folks,
coming.
I'm bringing this up because I'm going to tell you why I'm bringing this up. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're going to bring it up. Now, the bottom line is, folks, when you see an umpire coming to the show, you know, and first of all, we got one that's real sociable, so there's not much time. You know, you get the lineups and you got to get them written down. You got to get ready for the game. Now, before they embarrass me, and it's not going to happen, I'm going to embarrass myself. So here you go, folks. This is what happened. He walked into the announcer's booth and said, Bobby.
Steve walked into this
did.
one right here.
Here's what happened. He asked for duct tape. Now, folks, all you all know what duct tape is, and I understand that. The difference is the appliances for duct tape vary, and they vary very well. Now, in my situation, before they embarrassed me, this is what's happened, and it did happen, and I'm not going to lie. He walked in and asked for duct tape. Can you peel off some 18-inch pieces? And I did. What happened next, folks, was not what I thought was going to happen. He dropped his pants, asked if the door was locked, and said, Bobby, I need your help. As I turned around, this is what happened. He said, Bobby, can you please place a finger here? And if you know where the finger was going, folks, let me explain something to you. It's not where my finger was going. You ever had a time in your life you've eaten something you have gag reflexes? Well, here's the deal. My arm was not working, folks. When he said, place your finger here, this is the deal. I wasn't there at that moment, folks. I was actually in the dugout questioning players, I swear to God. But for the game, this is my pose. Anything else that happened in that game that they want to say, folks, that's the truth. That's what happened, and I promise to God that's what happened.
And who loses their cup and then asks their partner umpire, Dave, can I borrow yours?
Without itch cream. Without itch cream, folks. This is what I be saying. You need to put some fairy floss on that or something.
Let me just clear something up about that. The reason he needed the duct tape is because my cup is too big for
There
Steve.
you
Okay.
go. Right on. There
We
you
got
go.
big cups and little
Right
cups,
there. What
folks.
a good one. That's a blue true comeback. Get out of my face.
But that's the truth, folks. That is what happened. If you hear anything on the streets, hey, it's not that.
Hey, I got to tell you, it's been fun. I know y'all going to get to Roswell because you're swapping. You're coming up here, so y'all could stick around and listen to the two people that Dave kicked out. But thank you for
Thank you,
coming up
buddy.
here.
You're always a pleasure,
Thank you
man.
very
Thank you.
much
Thank
for
you.
your time, your friendship.
Thank you.
It's very good. We
Thank
look
you.
forward to Charlie and Drew. Thanks a bunch.
Hey, guys.
Bobby.
you
And
guys
we'll
are
be
great.
back
Thank you,
in
bud.
2 and 2.
Great. Glad to have you guys aboard.
Thanks,
All right, man. See you back in 2 and 2. Wire, half the season's over. Players, teams, coaches, they're really looking for that extra edge. And right now, I think we got it.
Oh, we got a great offensive team. We have 7 of our top 9 players batting way over 300, and we hit home runs. But you know what we're playing? It's playing small ball, which is really good.
And folks, when small ball, people don't realize that what it is you're making the fundamental play in baseball. When it counts, you got to make the play. And what we do, folks, is as announcers and scoreboard, which Bill does, by the way, scoreboard, it's you're into the game, you're really feeling alive up there, you're feeling part of the team. You can be in the dugout, you can be in the announcer's booth. But the bottom line, folks, is we're playing tight ball.
Yeah, we are. And we got a great defensive team. As long as we can take care of those little 1%, catch the ball, see the ball, throw the ball, catch the ball, on the other end, we're doing great. We played the Roswell Invaders, the number 1 team in the league.
Which they are the number 1 team by far.
We split with them, but I want to tell you, they were 2 of the best baseball games we've played all year.
Well, I'll tell you what. We also, folks, going to 11 innings, here's the deal. As announcers' point of view, there's no bathroom. So 11 innings is a long game for me. You know what I mean? Eyes turning yellow, getting a little anxious in there, but it's just awesome baseball, folks. So you get a chance, get down there and check out these games.
Yeah, we play the Alpine Cowboys tonight. 6:05 is the first pitch or thereabouts.
Gates open at 5 o'clock.
Gates open at 5 o'clock. But you know what, Bobby? We got a couple of players here that we're going to be talking to in a minute, which is going to be great. So we're just going to have them kind of walk on in. We have Andrew Azzatapardi. Are we going to? We're going to have Andrew Azzatapardi come in. Come on, walking in with your cord because it's your umbilical cord. And we have the shortstop Matt Hunt. Matt Hunt, come on in. Come on, walk around here. You have to step over this cord, and I'm not going to get up because I'm old and decrepit. And it's just a good thing that I'm at a funeral home. So anyway, Matt Hunt, where are you from?
From Howell, Michigan. It's just north of Ann Arbor.
Okay, and Andrew?
Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia.
Yeah. Hey, mate. Gotta love that.
Yeah,
love
hey,
that.
mate.
My kids love that.
So earlier we had the umpires on, which we'll probably show earlier. But Andrew, as a catcher, handling the pitchers, attitudes, up, down, well, how do you work that?
That's something I pride myself on, handling the pitches and, getting to know them and coming into a new team and with all, the whole team was new, never played together before. So getting to know each other, what they like to throw in certain times and stuff like that. But I like to, get them on the same page as me because I've been around and, seen a lot of baseball games from behind the plate. So I like to, get them on my page, and it's worked out pretty good this year.
And I've seen you throw people out from sitting on your knees, which is really good. You've played some good baseball. You're 29 years old, I believe we talked about. Tell me what this Pecos League experience is like for you.
This is really good. This is my first time playing pro ball in America. I just wanted to say that I did it, Didn't get the chance when I was younger. So 29 years old, it might be a little old to, kickstart the old American career, but I just wanted to say that I did it. I didn't want to die wondering. So here I am in the Pecos League and having a blast.
Well, dial into that. Being you come from Australia, to me, this, folks, is amazing, who in Trinidad has been to Australia. So my point is this, I really want to know this. What is the difference? I know baseball is the same everywhere you go, but the difference is the atmosphere different, the weather, anything that affects you different being from there to here?
See, I was in America for 2.5 months before I come to Trinidad, but Trinidad with the altitude, as we all know, Bobby, it took probably a week and a half for Matt and I to get over the altitude difference, and he's from Michigan, so I don't think Australia was any different. It's just that coming to the altitude here, it was causing bad headaches and stuff like that, so it took us a while to get over that. But once we got over that, the heat and stuff, I'm used to the heat in Australia, so the heat hasn't been a problem. We had 103 days in Roswell the other week, and that's just like back home, in the middle of the summer, so that's not too bad.
So I know you felt like at home there, but, I got to say one thing, I have kids at the game, folks, and Andrew I don't know if it's his accent, folks, it's incredible. But, I got to say one experience that happened with my kids, They walked up to the thing and they were selling cotton candy. And then he says, "Oh, hey, you want to get some fairy floss?" And fairy floss, it just struck my kids. It struck everybody, and that's what they call it there. So it's awesome, folks, to be in Trinidad, Colorado. And here's the thing: we got people from all over the nation coming here, and we get to talk to them. Folks, we don't get to go to Australia, but we get to stay here, and these people come to us, and it's awesome. The difference between there and here, I guess, baseball is baseball, folks, but we get some awesome experiences with these people. And just, I want to know what your personal opinion about Trinidad and the baseball organization is.
It's great. The thing that excited me most about coming to America to play baseball is how much bigger it is over here than back home. Back home we have rugby and cricket, which are a lot bigger sports. And, fanatics back home.
Sure.
But over here, because of the population, I dare say, and the money, all the major sports have massive fanatics, and back home, like I said, it's only the top 2-3 sports, and baseball's not one of those. It's starting to get a little bigger back home, but coming here, I was really excited about everybody loving the game, and having a wider range of people that are into the game. And so once the season started, seeing the situation we had, with the DJ and the music and you guys announcing, that's not something we get accustomed to back home all the time. In the pro leagues we get a commentator and stuff like that, but it's, so to speak, on your weekends and stuff like that. We don't get to play every day. We have to work a day job and play on the weekends and stuff like that, and we don't get a commentator or music, the walkout music and stuff, so to speak. So it's really exciting. It makes you feel like
home.
Yeah, that's right. It's comforting. And everybody's, you guys especially with the, letting everybody know where I'm from. So the crowd, you hear them every time I come up to bat.
We got to come up. We got a phone call.
Matt, we're going to get to you in a minute. We got a phone call, if I can do this right. Hey, you're live on Trigger TV. What's your name?
This is Marlon from Trinidad.
Hey, Marlon from Trinidad. How you doing?
I'm great. How you guys doing?
Good. You got a question for Matt or Andrew?
No, I have a question for you guys.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Just kidding. I have a question for Matt and Andrew. They are two of the scrappier baseball players on the team.
Yes.
Matt, you're one of the most annoying base runners, but that's great to have on the triggers, obviously. How heated does it get out there sometimes, guys? Have you ever come close to a fight?
Oh, yeah. A couple times this year. White Sands is our enemy. We don't like White Sands. I definitely thought we were getting into a brawl down there, but...
You were hit with a pitch, I think, on that game.
He's hit with a pitch. He's
every game. Yeah,
he's hit with a pitch every game. But
Hey, and then he's annoying on the base pass.
Is he annoying on the base pass?
Extremely.
Okay.
he's annoying, full stop. He's a player that we like to call a pest, but you love having him on your team, you hate playing against him. So, and people say the same about me, except I just don't run as fast as this little guy. But yeah, fights happen in baseball, and it's just rivalry. It's nothing off the field. After the game you have a beer with the other team, but White Sands, we definitely won't be having a beer with them. That's just kind of a personal rivalry because some of the stuff that went on the first game we played them. But if it boils down to it, everybody's seen baseball before on TV, and everybody's seen high-level baseball, and whether it's high-level baseball or whether it's Mexican leagues in the park on a Sunday, if the rivalry of two different teams don't get along, or a decision goes a way that makes one team happy, one team unhappy, it could cause some strife, and fists could be thrown. But we don't want it to come to that, but if it does, everyone's back. So
I just say we toss up some fairy floss. And we'll get on
There you go. Marlon, you got another question?
No.
Okay, thanks for calling in.
Good talking to you, Marlon.
Thanks. So, Matt Hunt, you're from Michigan, and I think you're the best shortstop that I have seen played in the Pecos League. You cover a lot of area. The Mohawks kind of filling in, which is little Chiapetters, but we won't get there. But tell us about where you're from, how you got to the Pecos League.
Well, I played at a Division II school in northern Michigan called Saginaw Valley State University, and a couple players who I played with there had a coaching opportunity here in the Pecos League, and they actually coached for Roswell. And they sent me to the Spring League in Houston. That's where I met Andrew, and that's where Trinidad picked me up. So.
Right. Wow, well, we're glad to have you. I want to tell you, you and Jason cover that middle of that field so well.
Oh, by the way, last night we had
and then Matt, I hate to feed this guy's big head, but I got to tell you, the last play of the last game, we were up 11-4. They had a runner on first. There was one out. You come up to the plate, and Bobby says, I'm ready to go home. I think Matt's going to hit the ball up the middle.
The other team's going to hit the
to
ball
where
too.
Matt's running towards second base, catches the ball, steps on second, and throws it first, and lo and behold, that was the play. So how does that feel doing a unassisted double play?
You know, unassisted double plays are awesome. I think that's the second one we've ended a game on this year, and you know, love to get 2 outs in one play. You know.
You know, Matt,
don't question.
I also see, you know, being that we're there, you know, we got to get there early to set up the booth. You know, I see you out there working on the field. I see you hustling out there. I see you putting in your time, not just as a player, but folks, you know, you got to remember when we're the level we're at. You don't got people taking care of the field. You don't got people actually doing what the players shouldn't be doing. And these guys get out there every day, folks. They get out there, they sweep the field, they rake the field, they pull the field. They're behind the plates packing the field. They're doing the pitcher's mounds. They're doing a lot of things, folks, that people don't really see in baseball. But they do it because they love the sport. And I just think that that's something that needs to be brought up because I see them do it every day. And what do you think about that, Matt?
Yeah, you know, before the game and after the game every day, we put in about probably 2 to 3 hours each day on the field alone, either taking off equipment to take batting practice or just to get the field ready for gameplay. And, you know, it's something we got to do. It might not be our favorite thing, but we get through it every day as a team.
But as an infielder, the reason why you take the time to do it is people don't realize, folks, you know, one mound or one pile of dirt that's misplaced on the field and gets a hard ball shot to it, you know, the players are used to balls coming to them all the time. Your reaction, your feel for the ball is there. One bad hop could be a difference in your season, right?
Yeah, I mean, you see me, if you watch me walk out to the field every time, I'm kicking dirt, trying to level it back out and stuff. It's just, you just got to keep the field in the best playing condition.
And that field, Matt, is a little hard out there. So
It's
that
a little
last
hard right
hop's
now,
brutal.
yeah.
That last hop's brutal. So if you can charge it and catch it on that big hop, because right in front of the mound, Andrew, is a little hard.
Yeah, it's quite funny actually. When we first got here, the field, the grass didn't play so well, but the dirt was really good. And I guess we, you know, slackened off a little on the clay that we've gone and bought now. But
too much sand.
It's not the greatest clay, but like Matt says, we go out there every day to try and make it playable. And he's, you know, one of the biggest culprits for it. He loves it. Like you said, it's not our favourite job, but he's done it. Yeah, he's done it before. You know, on fields back home in Michigan and stuff like that. And he knows what he's doing, and he gets out there every day. And, you know, hats off to him because you know, I'm a lazy type of guy.
I have a question for you, and I really don't think you're lazy. I have a question for you. You know, I watch him go out and mark the field.
Yep.
I watch him paint the stripes. I watch him do everything. And my question to you the other day was, is there a difference between if they put the box down and they mark the inside or outside of the box?
I don't know if there's an actual rule on marking boxes.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if there's an actual rule on how to mark the boxes.
Well, I saw
and
you
stuff
kick
like
off
that.
all the lines.
Well, I'll do that. Matt's a leadoff hitter and I'm a catcher. So both of us, growing up, we've learned and made ourselves a habit of when we first get out there to get rid of those lines. You don't not necessarily get rid of all of them like I did the other day.
Just main outline you want to get rid of.
I did that the other day because they were facing a little offline, and that'll put a hitter off. And I don't like standing in the batter's box if it's not facing the
Well,
pitcher's
then you don't.
mound.
You feel you might be
you feel
crowding
out
the
of
batter.
position. That's right. You feel out of position.
It's a big deal.
And if there's a catcher's box ever marked, I'll get rid of that straight away because I can be called for a balk for being out of that box. So I get rid of it straight away. And if there's no box marked, then I can't be called for that.
Well,
so I get rid of it.
I know in the announcer's booth when I saw you doing it, you know, I didn't understand. You know, they just did it. You know, and I know you guys do things for reasons.
Yep.
You know, we might not know them where we're sitting, or the fans might know.
Yeah, it could just be superstition.
Yeah. Now, another question I have for you. You know, I know that as far as the catcher goes and being into the game, you know, there's a lot of talk behind the plate.
Yeah.
You know, I know that's what it is. You know, you're either talking to the pitcher, you're calling what's going on. If there's outs, 1 out, 2 outs.
Yep.
You're involved in the game. You know, we don't get to hear a lot of it up there because, you know, there's no sound up in the announcer's booth, but we get to see a lot, you know. And is there a lot of finagle between the batters, the umpires, and the catcher?
Between the three, it's not really, you won't, as a catcher, it's kind of not a gentleman's rule. I just don't like to do it. You won't heckle, so to speak, or you won't put crap on a batter while he's batting, because we bat as well. So you know you don't want that.
That's a respect thing.
That's right. You don't want the catcher talking to you while you're trying to concentrate on what pitch is coming and what you're going to do with it. But as a hitter will come up, you know, the first time they come up to the lineup, you'll generally say, "How you doing?" Some hitters will tap you on the leg and say, "How you going?" They'll say hi to the umpire. Matt shakes the umpire in the catcher's hand first time of every game, and it's just to show your respect. That's right, and then. After that first pitch, you know, game's on. So
well, leading off from that, I have another question for you. I know I was in the dugout the other day getting the lineups, and I know as a catcher, now, do certain pitchers get used to having a catcher, even if it's for a warm-up? Let's say, for example, you're not starting the game.
Yep.
Let's say you're out on a sore leg or a day off.
Yep.
And a pitcher's used to pitching to you. Now, do you go out and warm up with that pitcher just to get him in his sync? Or is it, I know that I also heard that you were saying stuff like, I know this pitcher here, he's going to throw inside on you because you're a catcher. You pick up on that. Explain some of that about Tester.
With pitchers, some of them will really get accustomed to a certain catcher, and that's just from feel and comfort, obviously, and how we call the game.
Or they stance on a pitch.
Well, that's right. But all at the level we're at, everybody is a pretty good defensive player. So it might not be that one's better than the other. It just might be he calls a better game, and if the pitcher feels comfortable with him. As for warming him up before the game, I don't think if he needs to. Have me, if I'm having an off day, if I warmed him up, it's not going to help him anymore. It's probably best he throw to the guy who's going to throw to that day, so he gets a feel for,
So it's not a competition of who's going to be on the field.
No, not at all.
What it's about is it's a team-ran thing.
That's right.
But I notice in the dugout, you're telling batters,
yeah,
hey, I'm watching this guy. I'm watching, this guy comes off with a slider. This guy comes out, he's going to pitch you inside. He likes to pitch inside a lot. I see you getting involved with the batters because as a catcher, you see all that.
That's right. You need to help. And other field players will do that too. Like Matt's pretty good at picking up on things where the pitcher will get the ball in his hand and stuff like that.
And he's good at getting hit by a pitch.
Oh,
man, what is up with that? What are you, crowd play?
He gets
how many times have you been hit with a pitch?
Once a game, at least.
I've been hit 19 times.
19 times. Do you lead the league?
He leads the league by more than 10.
So now you don't lean into it because that's illegal. But you do get close to that line. Tell us what your strategy is on that.
Well, as a leadoff hitter, your job is to get on base,
right?
And I do it any way possible, either hit or get hit, and so I get a little bit closer to the plate than everybody else. And if they throw a pitch at me, I just don't move. A lot of people jump out of the way.
He doesn't care.
I don't move.
Yeah.
It's not going that fast,
right?
And what's the worst thing you can do? It doesn't count unless it leaves stitches, right?
Exactly. Being that you hug the plate and you get on there, people that don't understand out there, being first at bat, leadoff batter. Their job is to get on base. If it's a walk or a hit, it's the same thing. Their job is to get on base. Now, being that you hug the plate and crowd the plate, do the umpires make the strike zone different on you?
No, I don't think that they do. Like the opposing pitchers try to run the ball inside on me more
to scare you off the plate. It's like an intimidation thing.
I mean, some of the umpires will notice that I do crowd the plate, and they might call the inside pitch more, but I don't think they're changing their zone because
now,
they do it.
if you get hit with a pitch and actually just stand there like you just said, you stand there and take it for the team. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah. Now, have you ever had a call where the umpire says, "Hey, you didn't make an attempt to get out of the way," and call you not on base but a strike?
Yeah, I've had that happen a couple times. It's like high school baseball. Yeah. I've had it happen before, but. In this league, it's pretty, every time I've got hit, it's pretty clean.
Right, yeah.
Well, here's the deal. You got pitchers in this league throwing, and I'm not going to lie, folks, they're throwing from 75 miles an hour. Off speed, they could be throwing 65. But, you're looking at 90-mile-an-hour pitches, folks. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to stand in someone throwing a rock at me at 90 miles an hour. You know what I mean? I'm going to move.
And Matt and Andrew, we have 7 of our top 9 players batting well over 300 batting average, which is outstanding. Yeah. We've lost 2 pitchers. 2 aces, Chris Tuttle and Tony Smith. Yeah. We had Benji Waite throwing last night, had a couple of first 3 innings rough, but settled down and came back pretty good.
Really well.
He did
settled down really well through the rest of the thing. What's our pitching staff look like, Andrew? And then they're going to hit the ball because they're not striking them out. So you and Jason got to be ready. What's the pitching like coming up for the second half of the season?
We just picked up 2 new guys. One, Nick Mutz, who was with the Angels.
Yeah,
he was a 9th-round draft pick. Yeah, he got injured and got released.
He's thrown 2 very good games.
Yeah, he's thrown two very good games. The first 2 games he's thrown. Good. The new guy, Thomas, he's from Texas, is he? No, he's from Florida.
Yeah,
he's from Florida. We just picked him up yesterday, and he's throwing tonight at 6:05. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes tonight. So they're our 2 replacements for Chris and Anthony. Okay. And hats off to Chris and Anthony. We knew that was going to happen sooner or later because they were throwing great.
And that's our goal.
And that's everyone's goal here, except for the older guys like me. But Tuttle's 29 as well, and I'm real proud that he's going where he's going because he's going to a great team and he's got great things ahead of him for this season. So,
question to you. You just brought it up. You said, Tuttle's older, you're older. Yeah, 29. You guys are at the top of the league.
We got a phone call on Trigger TV. Hi, welcome to Trigger TV. What's your name?
How are you doing? This is Michelle Miles down at the Tire Shop Wine and Spirits.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, how you
are you
Michelle?
doing?
I'm doing real good. How about you guys?
We're doing
doing
great.
great.
We're here with Matt Hunt and Andrew Azzatapardi. You have a question for them?
No, I don't. I don't follow things real closely, but I just wanted to say to them, I really appreciate the tight baseball that they've been playing, and the 3 games in a row. Congratulations, guys.
Absolutely. In fact, they've gone 5-5, but they are 3 games in first place.
That's wonderful news. I went to a couple of games last week, and I just had a real nice time. I went Sunday and Wednesday night, and it was just a good opportunity to get some good clear skies and visit with friends. And
No better place to be than Central Park on a 605 in Trinidad, America.
Well, I got a question for you. You guys are once again. Are you guys the ones that hold the Trigger beer?
we do, yeah.
Okay, well, I know this. I know that we can't sell 6% beer at the park, but I know you guys have a Triggers beer for the Trinidad Triggers, which I think is incredible for a small town, and I'd love people to get over to your shop and pick up some Trigger beer.
Well, I appreciate that. We've got some, and the label's just, real nice, and the beer is good, and nothing better than having a cold beer on a warm night.
Oh, and playing baseball, you gotta love it.
We thank your support for the Trinidad Triggers, and we hope to see you at the next game.
Absolutely, and everybody get out there and support them. It's a fun time.
Thank you.
got it.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Appreciate you calling in.
Yep.
And that is typical right there of Trinidad. They are very happy to have you here.
Yeah.
You guys live in host families.
We do.
Yep.
You guys are come from a world away to live in Trinidad, America with people you have no clue about. Tell me, Matt, what is the experience about living and coming and being involved in a family it's like being a new kid at school, isn't it?
Yeah, it was definitely an experience that I've never had before. I have a great host family personally that I couldn't be happier about.
And who are they?
Brandy Brodus, she works at Hometown Pharmacy, one of our
Good friend of mine.
one of our big sponsors. So.
She's just a great friend,
Yeah,
too. She's
great person.
just a great person.
Yeah.
And you fit right in, and everything's been cool.
Yeah, everything's been good. She's great. So.
Good deal. Good deal.
Hey, Andrew, who are you
staying
staying with?
Frank Florio and I, our right fielder, one of our better hitters. Frank and I live with Anna and Dave Montoya.
Two of the coolest people in
Yeah,
Trinidad.
they are real cool. And
Did you guys get the pool put up?
Hey, no, but they had a pool. They took it down, but we got air conditioning and we got the whole basement to ourselves. We couldn't ask for anyone better either. I think that's the way with all the host families. They're really comforting and they invite you into their homes. And without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing.
And Kim Schultz has put this whole thing together.
Yep.
And there's no better team mom on steroids than Kim Schultz.
Yes.
She is team mom extraordinary.
Yeah.
What she does for you guys, the amount of support that you have. Tell us a little bit about your experience within that with Kim.
Well, Kim does an amazing job for us. Like when we travel around to different teams, like for example, Las Vegas has 14 kids a night who don't know where they're sleeping.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our team,
Always covered.
everybody knows where they're sleeping. Everybody knows where they're getting their meal, and Kim does a great job. She's the best in the league. We have it the best in the league, and I couldn't be happier.
Wouldn't change
a
a thing.
question I have for you guys, and I just got to say this. You come all the way from Australia.
Yeah.
You do this for the love of baseball.
Yeah.
I see you guys out there. You're not going to spend the time on the field after, or being there early, or spending the time with the fans. You guys got to love baseball. You're not in it for the paycheck. And folks, it doesn't matter what they make. The bottom line is baseball. Baseball is something you never had and enjoyed or had a time to experience. It's something you really need to do. You got players here that, they travel from different countries. They come here and they do what they do because of the love of the sport. And I just think that's something that needs to be said and just phenomenal.
Yeah, and we're coming up. We have a game tonight at 6:05.
We do.
We play Alpine again. We've got a 3-game lead or
Overall.
a 4-game lead over them, and they're in 4th place. Yeah. And it's now approaching halfway, so we're all about getting to the playoffs, and that's what it's all about.
That's right.
Get to the next level of baseball where there was only 4 teams.
Yep.
And the level of baseball y'all played with Roswell, that was the best played baseball games
that I've seen this
even though we
season.
went 1-1 that I have seen y'all play this year.
Yes.
Most
and
definitely.
and it's great, and I love it because this is Trinidad, and what can you bring better to Trinidad?
Yeah, that's
with
right.
Kim and them. So get out at 6:05.
Tonight,
see
first pitch,
Andrew
game's open at 5 o'clock.
Azzatapardi And Matt Hunt plays shortstop. Andrew Cax, we'll see him bat. I mean, it's a great thing. It's a great time for the family. And we really appreciate y'all being out here.
And folks, don't forget, if you guys get the chance, the gates open at 5 o'clock. First pitch 6:05. But if you guys want to get down there and mingle with the players, they're all pretty much down there at 5 o'clock. You want to get some autographs, you can do it after the game or before. But if you want to get to know the players, they're all just awesome to the fans. They go out there. You guys have questions, they're gladly going to take them. They're going to give you their honest answers. So if you get a chance, folks, get on down to the game and get to meet awesome people like Andrew and Matt. I mean, we love it, and we're there every day. So you get a chance to get down there, come meet these guys.
Yeah, batting practice at 2 o'clock. You watch y'all play batting practice, and
we appreciate
talk
the
to you
support.
individual. They are very into the community. They love Trinidad America, as I call it.
Colorado.
There's no place like it. From Michigan and Sydney, Australia. It is very good. Thank you guys for being on TV.
Thank you.
And appreciate it.
Guys, man.
And we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
So, welcome back to Live on Main Street Trigger TV. We are going to, Bobby, we get a game tonight at 6:05 against the Alpine Cowboys. Beat them last night 11-4. It was a better second half of the game than the first half of the game. I think our shortstop hit the runner in the mouth with a ball, but our first baseman wasn't looking. He's lucky he didn't get hit.
With baseball, folks, you're going to have accidents happen. You're going to get people hit. Here's the deal. They don't join baseball because they want to go out and pull teeth as a tooth fairy. People are here because they want to play ball. You're going to have things happen. You're going to have things come up that, most people don't expect. If it's a short bounce, high bounce in the mouth, these people are out there to play baseball. So we're out there to see a good show.
And you know what I like, Bobby, is our team does not give up. 27 outs is what you get. You better get us out for 27 outs, because if you allow us 26, we're coming back and we're going to beat you.
And, with our team, folks, a lot of times we have complaints, we get a little pissed off because of the fact unearned runs. Unearned runs kill people. They kill teams. We've come a long way with that. I think we've done a great job, folks. Our team is rounded. You got to remember, when you do good, people are looking at you. They're going to pull people up. So you deal with what you got. But, here's the deal. We're in first place.
We are in first place. We got a 4-game lead over Alpine Cowboys, who we play tonight at 6:05, which is pretty good.
Expect you to be there.
And we have a couple of beefs and a bone to pick today. And we're gonna talk about that here very shortly. And I have a Bills beef that I'm gonna get into. So, Frank Florio, my beef is with you. What is up with this change of song that almost put me to sleep?
Best walkout.
Frankie, come on, Frankie.
Yeah.
That is the best walkout song ever, and you don't like rap. Okay, I got that, but you know what? Everybody identifies with Frank Florio with that song. I believe you went and got your oil changed the other day, and somebody said, Frankie!
Yeah.
And I love it, and that's how I'm introducing you. So Frank Florio, my beef is, Frankie, let's go with the old song.
Now, and I'm going to lead into that also with Frank. Here's the deal. They came up to change the song. We're in the announcer's booth. There's songs in the announcer's booth that get us fired up.
Right.
They do. Frankie happens to have a song that says Frankie. It gets the stands, it gets the fans, it gets everyone fired up.
It does.
Now, there's nothing better for a team, folks, when the stands and the crowd is behind them. This comes back to the simple point. Get down there and watch you guys. You got to see some of this. You got to come down and get you some of these games. It's just awesome.
And we have some great music, Alex DJ. But Bobby, I hate to ask you this, but I know you have a bone to pick.
Okay, folks.
So here's
we gotta
Bobby's bone to pick.
slow this down a little bit. My bone to pick for the week is my co-host. My co-host is a high school graduate that feels he knows all the pronunciations, which he doesn't, folks. Now, when you're an announcer and you're looking over the score guy that has the list and you're saying, hey, man, how's this guy's name spelled? Well, here's the deal. You better turn your head the other way, because this guy is going to give you everything wrong that he can possibly do. But I'll tell you what, we do it in fun and games, folks, and a lot of times I think he's messing with me. But thank God his other half's there that's going to say, nope, that's not how it's said, because, folks, I'll give you a perfect example. We have Matt Hunt up to bat first. I'm not going to say no more. You tell me what we whispered in my ear for the first batter.
And there's Sam DiMatteo, which took me about 16 games to get right.
Well, DiMatteo to me sounds better, but DiMatteo is what it is, but it's what it is.
Exactly. And then there's Jason Vena. Right?
Darth Vader.
Right. But we have some players on the opposite teams that we have really good times with. And you know what his bone is I mispronunciate everything. But here's the thing. He keeps asking me. Now, what is up with that?
I'll tell you why.
I never know.
Last year's announcing, folks, you're going to look to, in my case, my left-hand man.
Right.
And my left-hand man happens to be him. Now, you got to remember, folks, especially when you got to remember when they're doing a triple change, you got center field coming into shortstop, the shortstop going to first base, and then to top it all off, a new pitcher. We're running numbers in there. So now, the scorekeeper's job is to do what? To tell who?
Keep track of that.
And to tell who's up. I don't got time to look and say. Right. So I think what Bill does to me, folks, is it's all in fun and games. But if I pronounce a name wrong, if I say something wrong, folks, it's because of Bill's pronunciation.
Yes.
So that you know that. I just want you to know that.
But now here's what we're going to do. We are going to have the camcorder in our press box one night.
Diary cam.
A diary cam that we're going to do this and we're going to show this on thing. But I do mispronunciate things a lot. I'm from the South, and that's just the way it happens. But we have a game tonight, 6:05. We're 3 games up on first place. Bye, guys. And
right on,
3 games up on the Las Vegas Train Robbers. We're 4 games up on the Alpine Cowboys.
And that's overall.
Come out. We're starting into the second half of the season. Please, Trinidad, come out and see your Trinidad Triggers. It's a fun time. The music's good. The food is good. And if we get the announcing right and Bobby announces those names correctly, it's even more fun. So we have a good time, but come back and see us.
And one thing I want to say, folks, real quick, you just seen a guy here. He's from Sydney, Australia. And the thing to me, folks, is in Trinidad, how often do you get to just conversate with someone from Australia? So come on down and get to know the team. I think if you get to know the team, folks, you'll see that it's just a family atmosphere and it's a good time.
Yeah, and we have a good time. There's Elmo out there. There's people running around. It is a great time. And
there's Bill and Bobby.
There's Bill and Bobby. And it's good TV. So we're going to take this last phone call. And hello, you're live on Trigger TV. What's your name? Kayla?
Hey, Taylor.
Taylor. How you doing, Taylor?
Good.
You have a question, Taylor?
Yeah.
What is that?
Huh?
What is your question?
That's a great question, Taylor.
Say hello, Daddy.
What's up, baby girl?
You think the Triggers are going to win tonight?
I know they're gonna. Do you think they're gonna?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player, baby?
Ozzy.
Ozzy. We just had Ozzy on the show. Did you get to see him on TV?
Yeah.
Well, we talked about you, and he knows that you love him down there. So tonight, I think a great thing for you to do was make sure you go out there and ask him if he wants some of that fairy floss.
Cotton candy?
That's cotton candy, baby girl. Good job. We all learn something on this show. We learn what fairy floss is in Australia. But we love having you call, and the team loves having you there, baby girl.
Bobby.
Hey.
Well, I need some fairy floss.
You got it. We'll have you some fairy floss.
Thanks for calling, Taylor.
Thank you.
We'll see you tonight. Bobby, it's a great thing, and I'm so happy to be with Trigger TV, with the whole thing, interviewing, and you are an amazing guy. You got some great kids, a lovely significant other who you're going to get married here pretty soon, I hear.
Yeah, I'm going to get married. It's been a long time waiting, but it all fits in. My life's changing. I'm happy. It's just a great day in the neighborhood for me, and it's ironic, folks. People think that me and this guy Bill have known each other for a while. I just met him a short time ago, but that's the unique thing about baseball, folks. When you have a love or a share in something, it ain't easy to gain friendship or to communicate, and I think we've done a great job at that.
Yeah, we have, and we got some games coming up. We're at 6:05 tonight. We have a 4th of July game coming up where there's all kinds of events going on out there. We're having a fishing tournament. Tell us a little bit about the 4th of July.
On the 4th of July, folks, here's the thing. We're gonna open up the gates at 10 o'clock. Bob Holder's going to be down there, folks. It's going to be a great day for the community. He's going to show people how to fish properly. He's going to show them what you need to do if you don't want to keep the fish and you want to return them. There's a lot of little tricks and things, folks, that actually save the fishery for us.
Right.
And between 11 and 1 o'clock, we're going to do pitching and hitting on the field. So anybody that wants to go out there and see how they can throw or see how they can hit, come on down. I am too.
We already have a challenge.
Also, folks, we're going to have a dunking tank. I think what they're going to do, folks, they're going to try to get players from each team, which we're playing Roswell. I mean, we're actually playing Osos. We're playing Raton, folks, so I think we're going to dunk a couple of the players, and there's going to be an eating contest. So if you think you can eat a lot, I think Bill's going to enter it, and I think he's going to take you all out.
Yeah, well, we're going to put you in the dunking tank. And
I'm
everybody, 50 cents or $1 a throw, get dunked, Bobby. I'm going to be in line for that with a lot of it. But we're gonna take off now because we got to get going, get ready for the game tonight. 6:05 tonight at Central Park.
Gates open
at 5.
We play
the Alpine Cowboys, who we have a 4-game lead over. We're well set into the second half of the season. So it's a time to support your Triggers. Come out there. A good crowd. When you're hearing Let's Go Triggers, I mean, it is very good. We have great music. We have good entertainment, and it is just a great time. So come out to Trigger Baseball at Central Park. Bobby will be here next Saturday at 12 o'clock. And now for the technical difficulties, we're going to show the first half of the show that we started. We're going to show that right after this ends, so don't go away. Stay tuned. We have the interviews with the Pecos League umpires, which was a great interview. So stay. We're going to show that right after the show, and we're going to be back next weekend, next Saturday at 12 o'clock live. Call us at 846-2282, and we hope to see you out at Central Park. Have a great weekend, Trinidad, Colorado. Another good show, Bobby, and we'll see you later.
Hope to see you there, folks.